listen, in 20 years won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side. Period. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the lie.
Opens by setting clear boundaries before the story even begins, making it known that this video will not focus on the usual, heavily discussed names like Jay-Z or Beyoncé, whose controversies have already been widely dissected. Instead, the timeline traces back to 2024, when Katt Williams appeared on Club Shay Shay and made remarks that many now see as eerily predictive of Diddy's downfall. Katt warned that Diddy likes to party, and emphasized the importance of telling him no, going further to say that 2024 would be the year when lies were exposed. He openly called out figures such as T.D. Jakes, Diddy, and others, stating that those who struggle with the truth know exactly why it bothers them, a comment that felt less like comedy and more like a warning. Fast forward to the present, and 50 Cent has produced a Netflix documentary titled Diddy: The Reckoning, featuring never-before-seen footage captured shortly before Diddy's arrest, including behind-the-scenes moments, legal strategy discussions, and serious allegations. Diddy's legal team responded aggressively, sending cease and desist letters to Netflix and labeling the project an unauthorized hit piece, but the platform released it anyway. The stakes are high. While Diddy was sentenced to 4 years in prison on prostitution-related charges after avoiding more severe RICO accusations, more than 150 lawsuits are reportedly pending, some allegedly involving minors. Federal authorities have indicated that additional charges remain possible, and prosecutors are now reportedly communicating with those connected to the Tupac case, an overlap that suggests a much broader investigation. Adding fuel to the fire are claims that damaging tapes involving Diddy and other celebrities are ready to surface. Even Katt Williams has circled back into the conversation, recently making a joke that many believe quietly confirms everything he warned about from the start.
Just gave P. Diddy 4 years. Say that again. I take you 27 years. 4 years. Meanwhile, they tried to give me 4 years with 2 blunts I had no intention of smoking in the first place. Same 4 years. I don't give a fuck. Being an ass-picking devil worshiper is not against the law. They put that man on a whole RICO because they thought he was fucking vagina. They said, bring out the 9 niggas walked out. Now they need to get the law. Go on and get yourself. That man liked this so much as his punishment, they sent him to the place with the most. I ain't finna say shit.
Shifts the tone from disbelief to confirmation, stressing that what sounded like wild comedy was actually Katt Williams reinforcing claims he's stood on for years. The message is clear. He knows what happened, he knows who was involved, and he knows who was protected along the way. With that framing, the focus turns to 7 specific names, starting with Snoop Dogg. At first glance, that name surprises people, but the history is there. Decades of overlap with Diddy through parties, business dealings, music collaborations, and shared industry circles. That long-standing connection raises one key question: why didn't Snoop appear in the documentary at all? According to the narrative, the answer lies with Ally Carter and allegations she brought forward, claims that immediately shocked many and reframed how some viewers interpret Snoop's absence.
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020 when everybody beat the hell out of me. Through you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of playing children. And what did everybody do? Oh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we canceled Dr. Seuss and Jemima. Nobody, man. Nobody. Super Bowl happens. Dripping down from the letters. The LVI. I know. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Let's go to the game. Make some hot wings. It's fine. It'll pass. It'll pass, right? Space. Space. Oh no. Tell somebody that plastic straws are coming back and throw a fit. Let a convict get arrested. Somebody put a knee on a convict's neck and it's over. They're not gonna be held. Crickets. Crickets. Nothing. Everything's fine.
Digs deeper into Ally Carter's accusations, which go far beyond casual rumor. She has claimed that Snoop Dogg is not only comparable to Diddy, but in some ways more influential and more protected. Carter says she first mentioned Snoop publicly back in December 2020, only to be met with backlash, ridicule, and efforts to silence her. Despite being labeled a liar and told to back off, she continued speaking. Her most serious claims involved accusations related to transporting young people for inappropriate purposes, allegations that, if true, would normally trigger investigations or widespread outrage. Instead, nothing visibly happened. No major inquiries, no public accountability, just silence. During that same period, Snoop appeared on one of the biggest stages in America, the Super Bowl halftime show. Carter highlighted what she viewed as symbolic imagery during the performance, noting the Roman numerals LVI and their presentation, while the public largely focused on entertainment rather than implications. The script suggests this level of protection explains why 50 Cent avoided including Snoop in the documentary altogether, because certain figures are seen as too connected, too insulated, and exposing them could have jeopardized the project's release. In this framing, Snoop represents a category of industry figures often described as untouchable.
Thank you, come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. Don't just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close to the bed, but it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No, I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. I should look like he fresh off goddamn plane. I should.
I dropped the guard stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause. Like that's not. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get them early.
Yo, what the f*** did Puff just say? Nobody's putting couches for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid.
We having a good time, yo. You usher made it in the
Hey, yo. I'm a thug. At the end of the day, I killed niggas, man. No, listen, at the end of the day, I killed.
Then transitions to another major name, Kevin Hart. His situation is presented as more complex and carefully managed. Kevin has spoken about the Diddy controversy, but always in a measured, cautious way. Historically, he attended Sean Combs' well-known Puffy Flavor camps, events rumored to be chaotic and exclusive, placing Kevin closer to Diddy's inner circle than many casual fans realize. Viral footage, including the so-called Frosted Flakes clip, is often cited by critics as evidence that Kevin was more aware of what was happening around him than he has openly admitted. What makes this section especially notable is Kevin's recent role as BET Awards host, where jokes about Diddy were framed as humor but, according to this narrative, subtly revealed more than intended, hinting at insider knowledge masked behind comedy.
Somebody to invite him in. Hey, don't do it. Okay? We all saw the movie Sinners. Don't let his hear. So he can bite somebody. So he can bite Playboy Cardi again. Okay? Playboy Cardi definitely been bit. Something happened. Playboy Cardi been bit. I know he has. Nobody let Kanye in. Now! Tonight I will do my part. Everybody will get flowers. I'll do my part to make sure that I put us on a high pedestal, man. Also, I'm going to do my part. I'm shutting down the idea of after parties. No after parties tonight, okay? None. Take it home after this. That's why I did it on a Monday. People got to go to work tomorrow. No after parties. That's where shit gets slippery at them after parties. Okay? We're learning a lot about people, ain't we? We're learning a lot. God is good all the time.
Kurt, that makes it right. Whatever I just said goes away. Funny.
Highlights how Kevin Hart's BET Awards jokes carried more weight than casual comedy. He cracked lines about after-parties, warning that that's where things get slippery, followed by remarks like, "We learning a lot about people, ain't we?" and "God is good all the time." On the surface, it sounded like standard Kevin humor, but the subtext felt deliberate. He emphasized no after-parties tonight, and even noted that the show was scheduled on a Monday, forcing people to go back to work the next day. According to this framing, none of that was accidental. It was a controlled environment meant to shut certain doors. The narrative then pivots to Orlando Brown, whose history of extreme claims makes people skeptical, yet whose statements continue to circulate, including a shocking allegation involving Kevin that added fuel to ongoing speculation.
Art took $50 million to unversion his whole.
Can you explain a little bit?
No, I just told you.
Takes a step back from the sensational claims and focuses on what is presented as undeniable. Kevin Hart has seen the industry's darker side firsthand. He was present, aware, and deeply embedded during a time when questionable behavior was normalized behind closed doors. Now, however, his level of success makes him too valuable to be pulled into scandal. In this version of events, 50 Cent chose to remove Kevin from the documentary not because Kevin was irrelevant, but because protecting him also protects the broader comedy industry. Exposing Kevin would have opened a door that affected far more than one person, and that was a line 50 wasn't willing to cross. The focus then shifts to Maze, one of the most frustrating omissions given how closely tied he was to Diddy during the Bad Boy Records era. Maze was at the center of everything: music, business, parties, and if anyone understood what really happened behind the scenes, it would be him. Yet, despite taking a decade to escape his contract, Maze has remained notably silent and has never publicly turned on Diddy. An old V103 interview, where Diddy unexpectedly returned Maze's publishing rights, is cited as especially strange, adding to the discomfort surrounding Maze's continued restraint.
No, this is freedom, baby. What's up, Mace? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, man. Martin is back in the building. Yeah, Batman. What up, Mace? How you doing, boy? Better than I love. What's up, Mace? How you been, man? I'm chilling, man. All my cars still work. Just about doing good stuff, you know.
Yeah, every once in a while you got to do something good.
Underscores that discomfort by revisiting Maze's on-air reaction when Diddy announced he was finally free to work as he pleased. Maze appeared nervous, surprised, and overly grateful, even admitting it took him 10 years to get the paperwork finalized. He joked that he wasn't used to Diddy doing good stuff, a comment that, in hindsight, speaks volumes. The argument presented is that someone who worked alongside Diddy for decades shouldn't be shocked by basic fairness unless something deeper was at play. This is why, according to the narrative, 50 Cent left Maze out of the documentary entirely. Either Maze is still afraid, still influenced, or still bound by something he won't discuss. Including him would have raised uncomfortable questions about his silence and what leverage might still exist. The section closes by turning toward Meek Mill, acknowledging upfront that this part of the story is messy. Meek has long moved within Diddy's orbit and the upper tiers of the industry, with rumors trailing him for years. Recently, those whispers intensified after yet another provocative comment from Orlando Brown, a remark that reignited speculation and ensured Meek's name stayed in the conversation, whether substantiated or not.
Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100,000 to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
You can't take back what your butthole received.
Dives into the increasingly strange territory surrounding Meek Mill. While the claims sound wild, Orlando Brown has a history of calling out industry figures, sometimes accurately, and Meek's name repeatedly surfaced in these discussions. Things escalated when an audio clip allegedly featuring Meek Mill leaked online. Listeners speculated that the other voice in the recording belonged to P. Diddy himself, adding another layer of intrigue and suspicion.
Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that in with me. She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Brings in Jaguar Wright, a longtime whistleblower of industry secrets, who publicly stated her belief that Diddy's voice was indeed in the leaked audio. The clip, described as explicit and damaging, quickly spread across social media before being removed from the internet. According to the narrative, 50 Cent excluded Meek Mill from the documentary because the audio was never officially verified. Including it could have triggered major lawsuits. Meek is an active, influential figure with the resources to pursue legal action, potentially even against Netflix. In this context, 50 Cent's decision is framed as a calculated business choice, avoiding unprovable allegations and the legal risks they carry. The focus then shifts to Justin Bieber, whose case is positioned differently. Unlike others discussed, Justin is presented as a victim rather than a perpetrator. He reportedly lived with Diddy as a young teenager, and archival footage shows him appearing uncomfortable during that time. 50 Cent, therefore, chose to protect Justin by leaving him out of the documentary. Recent interactions with paparazzi confirmed that Justin's reaction to questions about the film was emotionally charged, highlighting the sensitivity of his situation.
Y'all, paparazzi spoke to Bieber, and all he had to say recently was that, "Don't ask me about that man ever. Some things I moved on from for my own peace. What's in that documentary? Let's just say people are finally waking up." He also goes on to say, "I was a kid, I didn't know anything, I don't ever want to talk about that again."
Centers on the sensitive cases of Justin Bieber and Usher, emphasizing why 50 Cent chose to leave them out of the documentary. Justin's own words make it clear, "Don't ask me about that man ever. Some things I moved on from for my own peace. I was a kid. I didn't know anything. I don't ever want to talk about that again." The narrative stresses the pain and vulnerability of Justin as a child, reinforcing that including him would have meant exposing a victim's trauma, something too dark even for Netflix. His protection, along with his ongoing efforts to heal and focus on family life, is framed as the most humane decision. The story then moves to Usher, who is described as the first young star to go through Diddy's Puff Flavor camp, preceding Justin Bieber. Usher witnessed experiences he could not unsee and even later directed Justin to Diddy, a decision he likely regrets. Like Justin, Usher is classified as a victim, and 50 Cent omitted him to avoid further harm to his legacy and personal life. According to sources, the content involving Usher was deemed too dark for public release, highlighting the careful line the documentary had to walk. Finally, introduces the most powerful omission, Clive Davis. Often unseen by the public but a central figure in the music industry, Clive is portrayed as the true gatekeeper, overseeing Diddy and controlling access to some of the biggest stars in history, from Whitney Houston to Alicia Keys. Katt Williams' words are cited, "Diddy was just a worker. Who's the boss? Clive Davis." Exposing Clive, according to this narrative, would have risked the documentary being completely blocked by networks, streaming services, and the industry itself. His omission underscores the system of protection around elite figures. Diddy is only part of the story. The power structures above him shaped the environment that enabled his actions. The conclusion ties everything together. The 7 names removed, from Snoop Dogg to Clive Davis, illustrate how influence and protection operate in the industry. While the Netflix documentary exposes Diddy, the bigger players remain shielded. The investigation continues, lawsuits pile up, and the story is far from over. Viewers are invited to comment on whether 50 Cent made the right call by protecting certain people or if full transparency should have been prioritized, emphasizing the ongoing conversation around accountability and power. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to US King Master for more powerful and eye-opening content. Thanks for watching.